The scandal Trump spent years dodging is now clawing its way back into the spotlight. After months of denial, deflection, and political firestorms, the president suddenly wants the Epstein files released. Why the U-turn? Is pressure from Congress, or panic over new leaks? Or something far more explosive, a secret Trump is racing to get ahead of before the truth breaks loose? How long will the Epstein files haunt Donald Trump? The question has been chasing the US president for a long time now, especially during the last couple of months. There have been calls, even within his own party, demanding that the information be made public if the POTUS has really nothing to hide. And each time, Trump has dismissed the argument as a hoax, but at the same remained hesitant when it came to the full disclosure. On November 16th, though, the president made a huge pivot. Trump, to the surprise of many, urged House Republicans to support releasing files related to the late convicted sex offender. Trump took to his social media and wrote,
House Republicans should vote to release the Epstein files because we have nothing to hide, and it's time to move on from this Democrat hoax perpetrated by radical left lunatics in order to deflect from the great success of the Republican Party, including our recent victory on the Democrat shutdown.
This sudden shift of heart comes days after the US Justice Department said it would fulfill his request to open an investigation into Epstein's connections with former Democratic President Bill Clinton and Wall Street bank JP Morgan. As Trump sought to shift attention away from his own relationship with the convicted sex offender, the announcement followed the release of thousands of pages of material that raised fresh questions about Trump's past dealings with Epstein, who died by suicide in a Manhattan jail, 2019, while awaiting trial on sex trafficking charges, and is reported to have shared social ties with Trump for at least a decade. The president's shift is an implicit acknowledgement that supporters of the measure have enough votes to pass the House, although it has an unclear future in the Senate. The bill would force the Justice Department to release all files and communications related to Epstein, as well as any information about the investigation into his death in federal prison. Information about Epstein's victims or ongoing federal investigations would be allowed to be redacted. At the same time, Trump suggested that the Epstein files were a distraction created by his opponents to distract the Americans from the tremendous success of his administration.
Mr. President, Representative Massey says he's concerned that the Epstein probe you are calling for could be a smokescreen to block the release of more files. Is that the case?
Well, I don't want to talk about it because fake news like you're a terrible reporter, and fake news like you, they just keep bringing that up to deflect from the tremendous success of the Trump administration.
However, it is not just the Democrats and fake news lobby that are out for Trump. People within his own ranks have begun asking questions. Republican Congresswoman Marjorie Taylor Greene has reiterated her calls for the release of all Epstein files after Trump called her a traitor and said he no longer supports her. Speaking to CNN's State of the Union on November 16th, Greene told host Dana Bash that while she still supports the president, she does not agree with his efforts to keep the Epstein files under wraps. She said Trump's attacks on her are not just perpetuating toxic infighting in politics, but also putting her safety at risk.
Trump called me a traitor, and that is so extremely wrong. And those are the types of words used that can radicalize people against me and put my life in danger.
Greene also suggested that there needed to be a serious examination of whether Epstein might have been working for Israel, and they are the ones pressuring Trump not to release the files.
We saw Epstein making business deals with them, also business deals that involved the Israeli government, and it seems to have led to their intel agencies. And I think the right question to ask is, was Jeffrey Epstein working for Israel?
While there is no substantial evidence of any ties between Epstein and Israeli intelligence, allegations that Epstein has ties to the Mossad have circulated for years based on conspiracy theories.